Hi, Andrew from SACS, and welcome to video number 5 in our 7-video sequence on teamwork. This is about where teamwork comes from. What is it that causes one team to coalesce effectively, whereas perhaps other teams don't do that? Firstly, we're going to look at the question of individual characteristics, and we'll look at it from the point of view of nature and nurture. The things on the left-hand side of this diagram are largely nature. They're things which are quite heavily genetically determined and certainly don't seem to change that much over the course of life. So some of those things are cognitive ability, things like how smart people are. The next is integrity, which is the tendency to do things which are positive and supportive versus things which are counterproductive, negative behaviours. Then there's personality, and personality has a massive effect on the degree to which a person is likely to fit into a team, but also what type of team they're likely to fit into. For instance, we'll talk about extroversion, and extroverts tend to fit into teams which are more outgoing. Introverts tend to fit into teams which are more thoughtful and perhaps a little quieter. So on the left-hand side of the diagram, you see things which are largely to do with recruitment. If we recruit people who have certain characteristics, they are much more likely to fit into an effective and cohesive team. On the right-hand side of the diagram, you have things which are largely nurture-based, and these things are to do with skills. So for instance, there are certain skills that can make people more likely to fit into a team. Also, qualifications, experience, those kinds of things may help people to fit into certain types of teams. So for instance, if you're in a team of architects and you are known to be a well-qualified architect, that may give you a credibility which helps you to fit into that team. And if the entire team has that strength, that may be something which causes the team to be more likely to coalesce, to work effectively together. In addition, attributes, style, attitudes, and values. And these fit into the category of things that come with us when we work for an organisation. So my attitudes and my values are things that I will have built up over time, and I'll bring some of those with me. Now, if I move into a team where there is similarity between my values and the rest of the team's values, well, not surprisingly, I tend to be more liked by the people in that team, and I tend to like them more. And also, if we have a coherence of values, then the team is likely to pull in together more and likely to be more effective in pursuing whatever objectives it has. But in addition to that, leadership has a big impact on attitudes and values. So for instance, if a leader is the sort of leader that causes us to work together and encourages collaboration, then irrespective of what we bring to that team, we are more likely to pull together as an effective team. So there's certainly a situational kind of a context that needs to be taken into account, and supportive leadership does help teams to develop. So ultimately, there are really two levers for creating the climate that you want in any organisation. The first thing is the qualities of the people that you hire, and the second is how you lead them once you've hired them. And those two elements represent the two last videos in this sequence. We'll be talking about how to recruit for teamwork. How can you recruit people who are more likely to fit into a team and to be team orientated? And then in the final video, we'll be talking about leading for teamwork. In other words, what are the things that leaders can do to cause the teams that they work with to pull together and be more effective in that sense?